Steve, what are you doing? 4:30 this morning. Yeah, you know the expression cat paws and the impression that slushy raindrops make on your windshield
Hear any, Steve?
when it's a sleet, rain, slush, snow fall? Well, Steve was trying to get his cat paws on those cat paws this morning. How'd that go, Steve? Did you get some of those? Now we're really late. T-Rex, so patient. It's past 10 in the morning on Saturday, April 12th, 2025. Going in the record books as the snowiest April 12th in our life in central Massachusetts. No record set here in Weymouth. It was sleet and snow and slush. And the name of that weather event was a deformation band. In the atmosphere, it's a stretched out band of real heavy precipitation. And in this case, it was mostly snow, and there was sleet, and there was also thunder snow. Brady and Grafton said it was snowing 2 to 3 inches an hour with thunder just as the sun was coming up this morning at 6:30. So that was a little bit after I got that video of Steve. There's Brady. You can follow him on X. And very excited. His first Thundersnow, he says. And I looked at the webcam in Shrewsbury and Steve Turnblum's backyard around 7 a.m. This is how hard it was snowing. Those are snowflakes the size of Lay's potato chips. Credit you, Bruce Cowan, on Nantucket with that expression from years and years ago. I also call it clumpification, when the snowflakes actually go for a ride. They form, they go up, they come down, they go back up, and then they come down again. That's what happens when you have convection. Thunder, snow this morning. Linda in Princeton, Massachusetts. Weathering another major system, 9 inches of snow in Princeton. What was the forecast, Linda? Maybe 3? And she's got hawk netting over her chickens that says the hawk netting was stressed, if not broken. So this is historic. There are the snowfall amounts from mostly just a few hours this morning. Linda says between 6 and 8:45, close to 4 inches of snow. So Worcester Airport comes in at 6.4. I think it's probably about done. The old record for April 12th was 1.2 inches in 1962. So in central Massachusetts, parts of southern New Hampshire, this is the snowiest April 12th in our life. And Eric Whaler in Goffstown, he says it's moving day in the Masters. How fun is it that you have all that snow on the ground and you get to watch golf today? And shoveling snow too. And the plows had to come out. We did not think the plows would have to come out, but when it's snowing that fast at sunrise and people are on the road, the plows had to come out last night. All right, take a little. Steve has gone around 3 different things to tie himself up, which I shouldn't care about too much, right? And so I've been studying the weather this morning, and so late, 10 o'clock. The radar this morning in that deformation band looked like this. That's right around, I don't know, when was that? Just before 5, when I was sleeting here. Didn't think there'd be that much sleet, but yeah. So interesting layers in the atmosphere. And now here's what the radar looks like now. That whole deformation band is stretching out and weakening. And there was more snow in Massachusetts than there was in Vermont. Carl says it's snowing up top. There's some sleet and some rain halfway down. And Stowe, Mount Mansfield, and Jay Peak are just on the western edge of this system. And places like Sunday River and Sugarloaf are probably raging right now. I didn't check all the web cameras. I did look at Mount Washington, a thermal profile, pretty much below freezing the whole way, 20s up top. So it's not that fluffy snow. Maybe at the very tops of the mountains it's fluffy snow, but it is a very wet, sticky snow, but it's not running down the drain. This time of year, I wouldn't mind having a 60-degree day on a Saturday and having some sunshine for all the spring events that are going on, but that is not the case. What else did I want to talk about? The ducks that were just out in my yard, out in the water here. Are those cormorants? Is there a cormorant expert in the house? They just took off. Into the nor'easter. So what's going on right now? There's about a 1,007 millibar low to the south of New England, and I didn't talk about it enough how important this old high pressure system is that initially seemed like it was going off to our south, but ended up going to our north through fits and starts. We have a 1027 high pressure system in southeastern Canada where the temperature this morning was sub-zero. So we have the clash of the air masses with the warmer air coming up from the south, colder air coming down from the north. Wind is air moving from high to low pressure. And as for the deformation band, let's look at the 850 millibar temperatures. That's about 5,000 feet up, and this is the NAM high res. We're going to play it right through about the 8Z is 4 a.m., 9Z is 5 a.m., 10Z 6 a.m., and you see that wind strong from the south with the yellow. That's the warmer air crashing into the colder air with the wind from the northeast. So that's convergent, that's low-level convergence that caused the updraft, and it was a slow-moving sort of frontogenesis that generated that deformation band. And then you see the yellow now continuing through this afternoon, moving up into the coast of Maine, and the boundary is getting sort of weakened and stretched out, and that deformation band is pretty much done at this point. And note the colder air now coming back in from the north and west. The blue is cold enough for snow, and we may end up with another round of some snow in parts of southern New England again tonight. So that would today is day 7 in a row. Keep going. All right, and then that's done. Okay, sorry. That goes through now Monday, and we're going to get back into sort of neutral air advection. So this snow this morning, Maggie's farm in southern Vermont, it's the 6th day in a row of snow in southern and central New England. So what a stretch of weather. And of course, we all know that the record for latest, deepest snow was set in 1977, right? It was at May 9th, 1977. There were 20 inches of snow in May. So this stuff happens. All right, now let's go forward. The NAM high res showing the deformation band of snow. This is the P-type, and the blue is snow, purple is the mix with the sleet, and then the green is the rain. There it is moving through here this morning as the sun was coming up. And now we get into the current around late morning, and that snow is shifting, and parts of, mostly from the Connecticut River Valley towards the east through New Hampshire and Maine are continuing and accumulating snow at lower elevations, otherwise just light snows and a mix on the northwestern periphery. So it's actually raining farther north than where it's snowing because of that the intensity and the cold pool aloft is a little bit more concentrated to the south and to the east. And then this whole band kind of shrinks, and one more low goes by Cape Cod tonight, and that brings another band of just rain this time. See the 540 line is to the west, and we're at the 546 line. Although I wouldn't be surprised if we're surprised again with some snow in parts of southern New England again tomorrow morning. And then it's really tomorrow afternoon that perhaps some sunny breaks in western New England, but still cold, gray, and misting or drizzling or light snow at the highest elevations in Maine continuing tomorrow afternoon. And then Monday, we're getting into breaks of sunshine. Temperatures should get back into the 50s. That would be day 4 of this waning nor'easter. It's really a 3-day nor'easter. Oh, I forgot to show you the surface temperature roundup this morning at about 9 o'clock. And there was Worcester, the coldest spot in New England, 30 degrees at the airport in Worcester, where that precipitation was coming down so hard earlier. And the wind on Cape Cod and Nantucket gusting 30 to 40 miles an hour, the buoys south of New England. So the red numbers are the wind gusts. And note there's not much wind at all way up in Vermont, and temperatures are actually warmer. So this is a nor'easter. So today's day 2 of a nor'easter. It's mostly just impacting the coastal area. And there is a full moon today, by the way. The tides are not running that exceptionally strong, though. Okay, let's go to the GFS now. We've been using the GFS for consistency. It did a pretty good job with this, better than the Euro, which said there was going to be no precipitation in northern New England today from 5 days ago. That's why we fired the Euro this week. And right before I do the GFS, though, let's look at my rain gauge of slushy rain, 0.29. So kind of an underachiever here, I think. We expected more, like 3/4 of an inch. So that band really raced through here quickly. All right, here's the GFS now, initialized last night. So this is showing this morning the rain and the snow and the low pressure system and south of Nantucket. And there's really a new low forming there off to the east of Virginia today, and that's the low that's going to go by tonight and tomorrow. And then there's that high pressure system to the north giving way to high pressure or neutral advection coming in tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night. And then on Monday, here comes a warm front, but I think on most of the day Monday we're dry before rain showers come in to most of New England Monday night. And that low pressure system is going to go to our east, and it's going to start looping around to the north of New England. And cold air advection commences on Tuesday with the snow level coming down from 3,000. Tangled up in a cattail. That was Steve. Sorry, Steve. I just stepped on Steve's tail. Trying to talk about snow coming back to New England again next week. Oh, I'm so sorry, Steve. I think that was more just scared that he couldn't move than hurt, right? We're still buds? Okay, buds. Is this thing budding? I think that's it, budding. Yeah, Bruce, thanks for the offer of giving me a euonymus. Yeah, I'm going to Connecticut to get a euonymus. No, I am not, but I appreciate the offer. These are invasive, and people don't like you to spread euonymus, but this thing is alive, I think. That one, not so much. All right, back to our regularly scheduled GFS already in progress with that low-pressure system looping around in southeastern Canada. And look at all those black lines. It's windy and cold like winter again here on Wednesday and Thursday. It's just upslope snow. Otherwise, it's just windy and cold and annoying. Sorry, Doug Kent. It just won't warm up for us. And that wind abates probably about Thursday or so. And Friday, we're kind of in between. But, here comes something out of the Great Lakes. And it's fairly consistent with yesterday, but it looks like a little slower and a little farther north. Friday night into Saturday, here comes another snow north, wintry mix central, rain south with low pressure coming right across New England next Friday night and Saturday. Sorry about this. Every weekend. What is going on? It's like the fourth weekend in a row this is happening. It used to be on Thursdays. Well, now they're stretching into the weekend. And then after that, we get out to Monday, April 21st, and we have a cold front coming through here again. Then Tuesday, April 22nd, it's 240 hours right there, and we are on the cooler side of a front, and there is high pressure to our north, and there's a low pressure to our west. Looks like rain in the Great Lakes. Now, this is day 10, and that would be coming east for more, probably just rain, but no big warm up here going into now. That will be the beginning of the fourth week of April. I don't think Worcester's going to get another 6 inches of snow this month, but here's the run of the coast-to-coast snowfall, and most of that is happening right now in New England. But you see there is more snow coming out of Idaho and Montana, British Columbia, and so it's still coast-to-coast, and that'll be now starting on Monday, week 26 in a row of coast-to-coast North America snow. So as I've stated a million times, how many times have I told you to stop exaggerating, Chuck Stockdale? Told you a million times to stop exaggerating, that we run out of skier enthusiasm before we run out of snow, and that's certainly going to be the case again this year. But those that like it are loving this. And that's now we're up to 13 minutes. There goes Steve on walkabout down there. So it's time for the end more. A lot of editing because I did a time lapse of the surgical precision they use with these excavators to make that wall. I know it looks ugly from up here, but wait till you see the close-ups of how they pinned it all together using excavators. Just pretty incredible. So the Enmore yesterday, T-Rex and I went for a walk and went down and looked at it from above, and then later in the day we went down and looked at it from below. Also some time lapse. So there's your incoming tide and your very windy weather. The surf may be up, but you have to wait till Monday for the surf to calm down. And we'll be back again tomorrow with another edition of Out the Door Weather and more. It's been a while since I've kept track of what's going on down there. I don't know, my guess is they're building a provisional wall just kind of hold it for the summer and then come back and rebuild the finished product next summer. Whatever, I like the look of it as they're securing the slope here between our homes and the water, which is nice. Get that going for us. Let's do a time lapse how this proceeds this afternoon here at 1 o'clock Friday, April 11th. It's still only about 40 degrees. Wind is increasing from the northeast, but it's dry for now anyway. See the water and the sky move. think I'll close in a little bit more here. Hard to decide. Oop. All right, that's an hour. It's 2 o'clock. 43 degrees, so we did get up out of the 30s. It's just pretty amazing how they were fitting those old crane mats into those slots that they made. An eye-bar. Just amazing. Pretty skilled. Kind of planting them. That's called I-bar, those steels, I-beams, Tim. So he places down the I-beams and somehow perfectly placed to fit those lengths of crane mat in between. Stick it up right there. Go for a walk when they are done and do a closer up look at it. Precision planting with an excavator, pounding it down. Just amazing. It's harder for me to put in a tomato stake than it is for them to put an I-beam into rocky subterranean surface. Oh, almost a little sun there. For a second. The next weather system is taking shape to the south of New England, and we still don't know whether it's going to rain or snow or both. And actually, rain or snow or both is probably the right answer. Rain and snow. Yeah, take care of business. It could be a situation overnight, actually, where if it's precipitating hard in southern New England, it could be snowing, and lighter precipitation to the north could be raining. So it doesn't have a lot to do with south and north in this case. No snow around. Grass and mud will work fine. What do you got there, worm? What are you eating? No, don't eat that. Whatever it is, I don't think I like that. All right, let's go in. Siesta time. Mitt, could you make a little room? Can somebody slide over a little bit? TK wants a siesta too. Yeah. I know, we all work so hard, don't we? Traveling back and forth is the hardest part of mine. Just wrote the J blog and I don't know what's gonna happen. Yeah, it's not funny. People need to know. T-Rex taking us for a walk. Hear the birds, and the sun's trying there a little bit, even as the next storm cloud is arriving at the south coast. We did try it out today. Not a terrible day. Hearing pretty good reviews from the ski resorts. Reggae Fest underway. That'll be a party, regardless. As much as I like snow, though, it'd be nice to have a 60, 65 degree day with some sunshine on the weekend at a ski resort in spring. We had it 2 weeks ago, but it was midweek. Come to think of it, that was actually a month ago. We had sunshine 60s at the ski resorts. And then it started snowing, and we picked up several feet of snow since then. Is the ground white at your house today? Birds know it's springtime. Kind of loud, huh? Big jet going by. T-Rex, check out these daffodils. Another random patch of daffodils planted some time ago. And then remember the ones from last week that we said we were going to open? There they are. Are your daffodils getting snowed on today? Pretty. It's just random out here adjacent to the Big Dig. What are these sticks going to grow into? Hope they're not pussy willows. They'll be 10 feet tall before we know it, but need something to stabilize the banking. The state of the Big Dig right now. why don't we go around the corner, see what they did down below. Trying to open that quahog. Looks pretty muddy. Better put on my mud shoes. The old stairs, and then just all this stuff, and they've been, pumping out the puddles and stuff, and then looks like a mudslide debris where I'm standing right now. There's bolts. So these are the old crane mats that they're using. There's the new fill they brought in, and the I-beam walls that they're building. Rudimentary, I think, just to hold the hill up until they do the finished product. That's my guess. Man, it takes some finesse to drive these I-beams down and then place the old crane mats between exactly in the right spaces. You guys are good. A little debris, and lots of new clean fill brought in today. Clean fill ending up in there, down there. This is probably just a rough outline of how the new concourse is going to go, I would think. More and more and more. Okay, how about some time lapse? We almost saw a little sunshine in Weymouth. Clouds moving from behind us to in front of us. That's from northeast to southwest. Nor'easter developing offshore. Winds are gusting now to 30 on Nantucket, increasing. Okay. Now let's watch this gull trying to open a shell fish. Guess he got it. He just dropped a mollusk from the sky, and I think it broke on the rocks. That's how they open their meals. How they catch the quahog, though, that's beyond me. It's Boston. Any Boston teams winning a game tonight? And Cape Cod. Looked like on the satellite image that the sun might have come out over Bass River for a few minutes. Then filled back in, obviously. Wanted to watch this gull. He just lifted the shell back up into the sky and dropped it again. I was hoping he was going to do it again for us. To close us out in style. Get to the last drop. Do it again. Thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow. Don't think I'm going skiing, but you never know.